At the very beginning, we already said this semester is going to be a online examinations. So I believe in November 20th, I sent you an email to talk about the final examinations, right? So this will be the cover page of your final examinations. And you will need to get this one from the OSS system. All right, now, so let's start with looking at this. The examination time is in December 8th. Now you say the final exam is supposed to start at 10, right? Yes, but because there are 682 students taking this module, and they are all taking the exam at the same time. So the ITSC, the technology, the computer center, worry that we will be jammed with the Wi-Fi, the internet. So for big class, we were going to have the exam earlier than the regular university exam time in order to avoid the internet, traffic. So the starting time will be in December 8th at 11 a.m. And the system, once it is 11 o'clock, you will be able to access to the system. Now, the ending time is on next day, 2 p.m. So you have over 3 to 4 hours to do the exam. Now, is the exam that difficult? No. The exam will take no more than 3 hours to do it. Actually, the whole exam only need you to write around 1,000 words. Very simple. But you say, why you give us so much time? The reason is we are worried about the, traffic, the Wi-Fi traffic, the internet. So we give you 24 hours to upload and download your material. Now, don't do it at the last 2 hours. Avoid it because there may be very heavy traffic at that time. Now, so if any problem with the system, it should be done or should be improved in 24 hours. So we are not going to give any excuses for anyone who have the Wi-Fi or the internet problems. So this 24 hours is the buffer for your internet issues. Because if you cannot fix it in one day, probably, you do have a lot of problems. So make sure that you are available, your computer is available, and your internet is available for taking the exam. Worst come to worst, you can go back to school because not too many people is going back to the school and the school is actually empty. So you can make use of the internet system over there. All right. Now, so I don't care who you are because exam is only take no more than 3 hours and you have 24 extra hours to do it. Especially online is you type it, you don't use your hand to write it. So you should have plenty of time. All right. Now, this paper have 5 pages, including this cover page. There are 2 cases in this page. This paper, you have to answer all of them. And the marks allocated to the question are indicated in the bracket. So not each question are carry the same marks, but we'll let you know. So you can look at the mark requirement and you know that how long you need to answer the questions. Now for case A is worth 40% and the word limit for all 3 questions included is only 400 words. There are 3 questions. You have to use 400 words to answer all 3 questions. Basically, it's asking what's wrong, what are your suggestions. Very similar to the case you've been doing at the beginning of the semester. You have 5-6 cases practiced already. Now, the second case B, is longer. It requires 60%, and the word limit for 3 questions is 60 words in total. So in other words, 1,000 words you have to answer for all two cases. Now, you need to be answered in all English, because if your paper need to go to, you know, external examiner to look at it, they will only read the English word. Or, if you say, oh, I'm going to appeal my grade, then you have to submit to someone. He may not be able to read the English, so you have to make sure your all answers need to be in English. Now, after you do that, you will suggest to put your answer in the attached answer sheet, because the exam question will give you the answer sheet at the end. So after you finish, submit only your answer sheet in Word file to the OSS system. This is where you download it, the online submission system. That is the OSS, online submission system. Now you have to submit it before 2 o'clock in December 9th, because the system will close it down and you cannot submit anymore. Now, if you are late, you cannot submit it to me, because if you don't go through the OSS system, university will have no record that you submit. Can I submit it for you? No, I can't, because I don't have a student ID number. All right, because the system itself will automatically send your paper to verify first before they will let me know, because I also have to download your paper from OSS system. So in other words, your paper will be checked by the system before that will come to me. So when I look at your paper, I already know which sentence or which paragraph is from you or from where you copied. Okay? Now, because you are submitted online, and we will download or print out your paper in the office. So I am not doing it, because I have, over 200 students. So make sure you have your name, student number, and the lecture group number on each page of your answer sheet. At the beginning, at the top of your answer sheet, make sure you have all this. Without that, there is no proof. It is your work. So if you don't write it, that is, I will not consider it's your work, and you'll get 0, because we need evidence to show that each page is from you, with your name, student number, and tutorial group number, because there will be 19 tutorial group. If you don't put that down, I'm sorry, the office will not be able to tell who you are. All right, now, so make sure you only send in your answer sheet in Word file with your name, student number, and tutorial group numbers on every single page. The examination will be marked out of 100%. Now, again, the online submission system will shut down at the end of the time, and no submission is accepted. And the system is controlled by the university, beyond my control. Got it? Any question for me? Any question on this? Now, again, the case study is very similar to your tutorial one. If in the past you always submit your tutorial, the case studies, and I give you feedback, that probably is what I expected in the final examination too. In answering questions, make sure that you're going to make use of what you learned in the lectures in this course, and use that to support your recommendations. If you think you can use common sense to answer it, you don't gain marks. Because even you agree or disagree with me, no problem. If you can make use of the appropriate models or theory to support it, you gain marks. Without it, you don't gain marks, because, it can be guessing, right? Guessing don't gain marks. Using any theory or model to support it, that's what you gain marks. Any questions on this? No? Everything's fine? I hope that you are growing up and get mature, coming to university. It is all about your own self, self-management and self-discipline. No? Correct. Now, if you say, how about I have 402 words, is that okay? Of course, because in a sentence, you cannot be exactly 400, Case A, total 400. Case B, total 600. You have 595 words. Is that okay? Yes, of course, So you have few words up and down, no problem. All right. So if you still have questions, you can always email and ask me about it. And thanks for joining me this semester. And I wish you all the best in your study. And I hope you are not going to come back and see me again, for management this course. I wish you all, passing this course and have a happy holidays ahead. Don't forget, stay safe, all right? Okay. Bye-bye. Oh, don't forget, give me a minute because I want to take attendance. I'm going to take attendance, all right? Okay, bye-bye.